We're here with incumbent candidate David Keeley, for the position of VCA Board of Directors. Welcome, David. Let me
Thank you
begin.
very much.
Let me begin by first reading a short statement about how the questions were compiled. The VCA would like to thank those residents who submitted candidate questions. The Elections Committee compiled the questions into 5 general questions, which are an aggregate of the questions submitted. In addition, there were some questions regarding the operation of the Verandah Club, which were omitted as the club is privately owned and operated as a private amenity and not part of the operations of the VCA. Now to our questions. David, what do you perceive as the biggest priority and challenge for the VCA Board of Directors?
I think there are 2. In the short term, it's all about the successful resolution of the settlement discussions that we're currently having with the developer. There are many outstanding issues that have significant financial consequences for the community that we need to address. So those are in the short term, likely over the next year or so. I think the longer term is getting more homeowners to participate in decisions that are affecting life in Verandah. Just like the rest of America, we have a silent majority and a vocal minority. And so we need to engage everyone in discussions about the quality of life in Verandah in the years to come. I think there's good news, and that is that we have 7 committees. We have neighborhood representatives in our 32, 33 neighborhoods. We have an active board of directors, and together they account for probably 125 to 150 residents that are volunteering many hours of service to our community. And we just need to find other ways to get more people to participate.
Second question, what skills, attributes, and ideas do you have to address these priorities and challenges?
I worked in Maine for 25 years as a community environmental planner. My last position in 2005 was director of the state's planning office. We had a pretty robust staff and a whole set of terrific projects to work on. In the last 10 years, my company's worked with nonprofit organizations around the country, largely to grow their capacity to help them achieve what it is they set out to do. And what that meant was everything from strategic planning and board member training and project management, and all of these skills are useful serving on the board of directors.
David, could you expand upon what you've specifically worked on in the last couple of years with this board?
Sure. My experience in Verandah goes back. I've been in Verandah for 13 years. I currently serve as the vice president of the Sable Point Homeowners Association. Previous to turnover, there was something called the Verandah Advisory Committee, and I served on it. I worked on the governance committee during the turnover process. You mentioned I'm an incumbent. Last 3 years, I've served on the board. I had a 1-year term and then a 2-year term. And in that 2-year term, I served as officer secretary for the organization. And also worked closely with the Verandah Communications Committee. So done a variety of things in Verandah, all of which kind of support serving on the board.
Next, what is, in your opinion, what is the most significant unresolved issue for the board to address, and what do you advise should be done?
I think it's all about caring for Verandah's financial health, which is pretty large, pretty encompassing. I mentioned successfully resolving our pending settlement claims with the developer. That's obviously extremely important and has large financial consequences if we're successful. We updated our reserve study a few years ago when the homeowner board first began its work in 2001. And so we want to keep that reserve study current. We want to be sure that we have the money that we need in our reserve fund. And then we want to be sure that we're making the needed repairs to all of our common areas in a timely way. All of that leads to maintaining the quality of Verandah and the value of our homes. So in a nutshell, it's all about caring for Verandah's financial health.
Are you now or have you ever been in a non-compliant situation with any HOA?
No, I've not.
Thank you very much. But before we go, is there anything else or any other items you would like to discuss or mention in this interview that you would like the residents of Verandah to know before they vote?
Just that I've enjoyed serving on the board. It, as probably everyone knows, takes a lot of time, but it's something that is important. We've had a very strong board, a lot of very capable, dedicated people. I think our VCA staff really does a great job supporting the board and supporting homeowners. They really help make things go. And so in short, I'd like to continue serving on the board and addressing all of the needs of the place that we call home.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Norm.